Hello everyone, I hope you're enjoying the solar eclipse. I just had to do a video during the solar eclipse. Normally it would be about 3 times this bright in my backyard. So this is called Vandas during the solar eclipse. And this is day number 4 of my update on this orchid. I am so proud of my little miniature phal. I have called him Buddy. This one needs its own name, so I'm going to name this one after my little dog. So here's Buddy. All right, here's the roots. Do you see they've grown all the way to the side of the cup? Yay. Okay, and here's this long root again. I think that you all have kind of gotten the idea about this now. I have seen some light bulbs light up with people. The difference between the mushy brown rotted moss and premium orchid grade moss. So I'm hoping that this is helping you and that these updates just kind of show you what you can do. Someone asked me, am I going to convert all of my water culture phals over to moss? No, I'm not. I'm going to do the method that my orchids like to grow best in. That's really what you need to do. You need to find the methods that work for you in your growing area. And that's going to be different for everybody. So that's a really important thing to keep in mind, because I can show you what these do in my environment, but you have to figure out how to do it in your environment. Now, I have not watered this in probably 2 weeks, because it's, you see at the bottom of the cup here, there's still water in there, okay? And it's still not dried out all the way. When I say all the way, I'm not going to let it dry out until it's bone dry. But the other thing you're going to keep an eye on is, are your roots pretty and green? If so, they're hydrated. If they start turning silver, you need to water them then. So that's a really easy way. Even like if you're a beginner, that's going to be an easy way for you to keep in mind what to do as far as moss is concerned. Now, here's my other little story for today. This is a little miniature white phalaenopsis. I bought it. It was the cutest thing. This is one of my guinea pigs. Okay, let me kind of tell you what that is. I'm going to give you a little tip. This is a miniature that I bought for $6. Cutest little thing. But this is one that I can replace easily if I need to. So if I'm going to change up a growing method, or if I'm going to start fertilizing maybe a little bit differently, and you know I don't do radical things, okay? I make my changes slowly over time. But this is one of my orchids that I will experiment on first before I try a new method on another orchid, like my phal legato, which you all know, oh my goodness. There's certain orchids that just really speak to you. You hear what I'm saying? So it's a good idea sometimes to have 1 or 2 that you can experiment a little bit on. You know that, if something's going to happen to that plant, you can go back to the store and replace that plant easily. That's what I've done for years. It's worked for me. The thing is this little phal, okay, I placed it in the moss. It's dated down here, April 20th, 17. Well, and I just noticed this new root. See that new root? I love growing orchids. Okay, the reason why I decided to change this over from water culture is because it was doing really well for a year in water culture. It was growing new roots. It was really doing well. It bloomed. And all of a sudden, the roots on one side of the plant just decided they weren't going to be happy in water culture. So I was left with these. Okay, so it kind of made, it wouldn't balance well in a container anymore. and it kept falling out of its container. They don't like doing that kind of thing, okay? You want it in a stable container is what I'm saying. So I decided, okay, this was my first one in moss. And you see how well it's done. It has sprouted, the top of it. Yes, it has sprouted. So this is, yes, this is the kind of result I really, really like to see. So those are two examples of my moss orchids. Okay, and here's example number 1. For water culture, this is the dry out day. This is the water that it's been sitting in. Okay, I'm not going to be getting rid of my water anymore, remember. Okay, so this is my guinea pig for water culture. This is a medium-sized phal that I bought for $2. It was still healthy. I mean healthy when I bought it. It was still in bloom. The blooms didn't last all that long, but I was buying it for the plant. Okay, so healthy plant. I am trying out my new water culture methods, things that I'm going to change up on this one first. Okay, because I can go to Kroger, I can buy another one. Of course, I'm going to take good care of this. You know I am. But I'd rather have a guinea pig and try out some new things first on the ones that I'm not quite so fond of, let's say. When this blooms, it's going to be absolutely spectacular. And as you see, the things that I've changed up, it's very, very happy with. As a matter of fact, this root system is what you want to see in water culture. This is a medium-sized phal. This is not a miniature, not a full size. But those are good roots on a phal, a medium-sized phal. Okay, here's miniature phal, number 2, water culture, okay? Okay, this one suddenly decided that it needed 2 dry out days a week. What I mean is the one dry out day wasn't quite enough. And I started thinking, okay, I need to give it a little bit of extra sun, and I need to put it out here in my sunroom, which that has really perked this plant up a lot. These roots, this is the dry day. I am not sure that I'm not going to put this one in spangum. I don't know why. It's just kind of telling me I'm happy, but I might do better with a different method. You have to look at your plant. You have to look at your plant. Is it doing well? If it's not thriving, I'm not saying that they don't go through rest periods, but if they're not thriving, and if you're sitting there looking at it like, these roots don't look good to me, they keep rotting, or it's not doing anything and rotting. Now, this one, I have some new root growth here, okay? So this one can go either way, but which do I prefer? That's what I'm going to ask myself now. Which do I prefer? We're going to wait and see. And here's phal example number 3. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is this beautiful, beautiful phal that has just done so well in water culture. And I have had the honor of watching this thing grow. Seriously, it has just exceeded my expectations. The spike continues to grow. It's in a really weird place here, but I can't get it. It's between 2 leaves. But the spike continues to grow, and I am going to be leaving this in water culture. I have a feeling that this is just the way that it likes to be grown. I am not changing out my water anymore. Do you see? Do you see my water? Yeah, there's some algae, there's some good bacteria, there's a lot of microfilament in there that is just awesome for this plant. Do you see how this one is just thriving? It's telling me I am happy where I am, and I respect that. So I hope that helps you all. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have enjoyed your all's comments and your questions so much. You all are just such a blessing to me, and I appreciate you watching my channel so much. You all have a highly favored, deeply loved, and greatly blessed day, and we'll talk to you next time.